that they're going to lose train, win Cobblestone, and then take the third map, which was Inferno, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to go.
Okay.
You know, I'm really interested to see how things do pan out. I think that, you know, the latest additions in the form of Sticko and Sunny have worked out quite well. I think they're both doing very good. But then that said, Fitch has looked pretty hot within this Gambit roster. I don't think there's any disagreeing there. But anyway, we're going to be getting into the first map, Gambit. Now over on the CT side, Mousesports kicking things off on that T side. And already, now as they look like they want to try splitting in towards B, just going to be waltzing on up here. They've slowed things down a little bit, looking like they were going to try and go fast. The Dren's about to peek his head on up, and he'll be able to find one, make that two. A Dren tapping away as this pistol round quickly starts to go the way of Gambit. Fitch tries to put a nail in the coffin, but instead they rise from the dead. Oscar left in the 1v2, does find great damage. 1v3, sorry. Is tag low though, players all around, and that nade somehow doesn't find any damage. Yeah, it finds a good bit.
Doesn't kill him though.
Man pump here. It's going to be Mo to find the frag. Gambit going to go ahead and take themselves the pistol there. Pick that up on the CT side. Now it's going to be them to get the ball rolling early on.
Yeah, well, they try to go for the split through drop room and long, of course, which is a very common way of playing this pistol round. If you want to put some speed on it, it's not easier, but you get the kind of like advantage of going into drop room with the Glocks because the close range, the USP is of course better medium to long range. So you can get that going. Sadly for them, of course, the C-75 is there. Even Dozier, he had a smoke, but he didn't actually have to use it. So a lot of stuff talking in Gambit's favor for this one. Pistols coming out for Mousesports now. 4 flashbangs, that's all they're going to have. And Rops is going to try and make this work with the Deagle. Smoke goes down though, and Fitch is holding a close range. Nice underhand grenade. Takes him down to 69.
Oh, the nade's doing so much damage here. The Molotov actually going to go ahead and divide these forces. Rops is pushed up all the way on his own. He's just going to go ahead and wait in the cubby. Flash comes out, misses its mark. Rops takes the peek on the back of this. Doesn't transpire to anything just yet, but the rest of the Mousesports gang going to go charging into the guns of Adren, who does only manage to take one. Instead, it's Mo. The step up here. 2v2. His teammate already rotated into the site, and Sticko and Sunny there, the two that are left, trying to make their way on out. Mo goes in with the spray, doesn't find much. As they are chipping away at Mouse here, but right now time in their favor. They're just locking down the angle. They can't rotate in with the bomb. More damage done. And it's a stalemate right now, playing it over around short. Sticko going to start to answer with some aggression. Look at this, no team really knowing what to do, but Sticko somehow opens things up with the P250. And from nowhere, that's going to be the double kill that Mousesports needed to pick that round up. I mean, the latest addition to the Mousesports roster, they're stepping up when they needed him to the most. He doubles down with the P250, and somehow Mousesports are going to take it 1-1.
That is very well played by Sticko there. In a situation where you shouldn't really be able to get away with anything more than maybe 50 damage, he pulls out 2 headshots with the P250 medium range and takes out an M4 and a UMP45 to clutch that technically 2v1 in the end because his teammate didn't really do much to help him. So nice play on Sticko, securing that round to Mousesports. Now, of course, the semi-bike coming in, Mac 10 on Sunny. And here we go, C-75 will be gone down. Rops with the frag with the MP45. Oscar holding back with the AK for a bit, but this is the map control towards long, towards A. And the CTs have already rotated. There are 3 CT players on this A-bomb site right now, and then Fitch pushed all the way up on the opposite end of the map. So Mousesports now, what do they want to do here? A rotate back towards B would probably be their plan, but they're just waiting a bit. They just want to leave that doubt in. What are they going to do? What's the plan?
And you are right. Now I'm going to start that rotation back towards B.
But actually, while this is happening, the Gambit players are playing rather close towards mid, so they're getting a lot of information.
Look at Fitch here. He's pushed all the way down long. He's going to be in a great spot to potentially shut this down. Chris J was going to check it, but they walk right on by. Fitch takes the first, make it 2. The trade does come in, but that could be the difference maker in this round. It is going to be the 2v3. Bomb plant still looking to come in and hot on their heels. Rops has to be careful here. He finds the first, and luckily enough, he does so. Because now he's within the site with the bomb on his back. Adren sneaking up through long. They don't suspect him being there whatsoever. Could deny the bomb plant. Gonna go charging in. The MP9 wreaks some havoc up close, but doesn't quite find a frag just yet. Drops within the back of the site. Adren just darting it around the fountain. Finds the first. Not like this, Mouse, as Chris J. He's the last man left, the brains behind Mousesports right now. In the 1v1. Here's Adren go for the push, but doesn't peek out. And Adren's pushed for time at this point. There's very little left. He's just going to have to push on in for this one, try and go for it. But Chris J's playing this perfectly. He just keeps outrunning him, ring around the Rosie, and finally, Adren going to pick it up. No time left for that defuse, though. Well played there by Chris, and that is going to be Mousesports in with their second. They might lose everyone, but they pick up the round. Yeah,
despite, of course, the round rank coming in from Mousesports, Gambit played a really nice pistol round. I love the fact that when they stacked towards that A bomb site, the only player they had on B, immediately they went for an aggressive play to hold that map position so that he would know if the push came in, if the rotate came in, he would know in time, and he could at least take one with the C-75. He doubles up. And with the information they get from pushing middle as well, the timing is really nice from Gambit, and they get the biggest amount you could possibly expect them to get out of a pistol round, apart from a win out of it. So I really like it from Gambit. Of course, Mousesports will be getting around. We'll be having another buy round with the UMP45 and a MAC-10 on Stico. The rest, of course, on AKs. Gambit this time around, MP9 on Dren, of course, being saved, taken out by Robs. The rest of the team only on USPS. There's nothing invested on the remaining players for Gambit, so don't expect too much here.
This is a round where Mouse are just looking to clean up shop. Right now, 4 players for Gambit inside of B. Mouse, they're feeling this out, taking it slow. They boosted up Robs here. Oh, there's the first. Oh, makes it 2, but the trade actually does come in. So that's a rifle out of the hands of Mouse, and an AK picked up here. We could just see one of these players opt to save. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Mo go in for the push with the MP9. Anything he gets with that is going to be worth it, given that he invested nothing. And Sticko's going to be coming their way. He's, of course, the Mac Daddy. Gets the first. Doja's going to be there to trade. And that's some damage done. The AK carried forward here if Doja can hold on to it.
Yeah, it's not a terrible situation. Doja does have the risk of being caught right now. There's one of the Mousesports players pushing his position, or at least trying to scout out as Sunny's getting closer and closer, taking control towards Plateau. Oscar's coming in as well. But Doja is just content with holding this angle, which is probably the best spot to hide on this map, apart from the Rapunzel Tower. Very safe position. Let's see if Sunny can figure out where he is. Pretty sure that Doja is going to win this if Sunny peeks. Sunny's just going to walk on by, and Doja will be allowed to save his AK-47. And another round goes onto Mousesports, who will have, of course, everything on their hands money-wise. AWP will be thrown over. And Gambit on the other side of things will get the orb onto Mo. The rest of the team buying up should have enough utility to just hold the Mousesports players back and get us into the first real buy round of this game. And I'm really looking forward to this because Cobblestone on the full buy and having Mousesports in that T side, seeing what they can do with this new lineup is something that I've been waiting for. Doja playing alone on A here for Gambit. This is a risky play. They're stacking 4 CT players towards B right now, Gambit.
Yeah, they're going to actually start to rotate Adren back very early on. So resplitting those forces back 2 and 3 between the A and B bomb site. Doja's pushed up long. Just going to be holding the cross in through mid there. And support from Adren as well, who is holding that push up through ramp. They're going to smoke it off. Smoke it off middle, and that allows them now to push up now towards long if they like, but they're just going to flash on through right now. Mousesports pushing up in towards A. No hold bars on this aggression, and Doja misses the opener up from long. That's going to be Sunny to find the frag, but they don't count for Adren as he slips the knife into the back of Mousesports. Bomb's been dropped over on SWAT, and suddenly this round has gone very wrong. Oscar tries to claw things back. He's able to go in and take one, and suddenly that finds back in favor of Mouse, although not for too long. Mo steps up. Him and Adren look to try and keep control of the bomb. And Adren almost saw Oscar pushing through the smoke there. He's going to be pushing up towards balcony, and this could be huge. Adren doesn't realize. Mo's taking the duel, and he wins that one out. Chris J turns it into the 1v1. Mo going to take the peek, but Chris J finds the frag. And Mousesports, once again, it comes down to the wire. Chris J, he's the man to get it done.
Very good job from Chris J. Utilizes the smoke and his position to get that double peek in and get the frag. Orb will be thrown over to Oscar. And Sunny, of course, purchasing the MAC-10 once again, since he knows that their position is going to be on pistols only. A couple of armors as well, and flashbang and a smoke, but this is a very, very skimpy buy coming in from Gambit, so let's see what they want to do with this. Of course, we know the pistols close range if you play them correctly, and especially if you play them in, let's say, a duo formation, it can be rather deadly, but with a full buy coming in from Mousesports, I wouldn't expect much here. It's definitely going to be a Mousesports round.
Well, over here at long, Chris J is telling all about this position as he fires those shots away. And they do say that snitches get stitches, so Fitch is going to be holding down the angle right now. Robs and Chris there, the two players here. Sticko's actually starting to rotate back with that bomb. He's just going to be holding it very passively while the rest of the guys from Mouse lock down the mid-angle. Sunny started to work his way up through long. He's about to find Dojo, who lies in wait. But he does start to double back. That is going to be the right choice to make Gambit with 3 players over at long. Only 1 man inside of B, that is Fitch. He's going to be rattling away with the dig. They start to push on in. The Molotov forces him back. They get the tag sound, so they know that he's there. He's going to be allowed to retreat behind the fountain. And we've seen some magic work from this position, but right now this man's got to be a magician. Keeps taking the peeks on in, and Oscar will take his head clean off. As a result, Hobbit's worked into a corner, and Sunny, it's actually Oscar to pick that one up. 2 frags for him now on the entries. 3 players left for Gambit, the 3 players that were over at long. And Oscar, well, it's open season for him right now as he turns his attention over towards long. Sunny brings the fight, and actually Adren answers back. They managed to take 1, but this round should be going the way of Mouse. 3v2 in the afterplan, time ticking away in Gambit. They've started to retreat, just going to save what they can into this next round.
Of course, Gambit don't want to give the extra money to Mousesports for getting those kills, and want to stay on the arm on the CZ-75 as the secondary weapon for the next coming round. And Gambit, so far, we've only really seen the pistol round and then the first buy round as the real, like, the rounds that matter, but Mousesports have been looking good. Gambit definitely need to show a bit more, but they're not far away. Every single time they try, something happens, and here we go once again. Doja coming in, trading 1 for 1, and in this situation, the 1 for 1 trade is very good. Fitch there with the deagle, about to almost hit those double deags, but doesn't in the end. But still, taking down 4 frags in a round where you only have pistols is not a bad scenario.
Still a commanding lead right now for Mouse. The buy going to be coming in from Gambit. You have the AWP up on Mo. And right now he's looking to try and put on a show. Mouse with the AWP on Oscar, as you might expect. And already 4 players over there towards B. They're going to be leaving 1 passively back to watch mid. Rops has pushed out towards platform, but he might have bit off more than he can chew as he's isolated from the rest of the gang. Backed into the corner. They would have heard the Molotov sound effect. Does that mean they anticipate that he's pushed up this far? Fitch certainly doesn't as he dances with death over on the stairs. And them not knowing that he's here could bode very bad for Gambit. Sticko's going to get spotted out over on Ace. They will lose 1 man. Smoko's in, but right now they're not anticipating Rops in this location. Fitch takes the peek. Out comes Rops, taps 1 away. Going to go ahead and try and make it a second, which he will. Looking for a third, and Hobbit will shut him down. Chris J immediately there to return. The B-bomb site comes crumbling down around them, and now rotating into the waiting maws of Oscar. It is going to be Doja, but he's done so much damage. Picks up the AWP. Oh, runs around in the flames for a little bit too long. Tries to take the duel onto Rock, and a run out of ammo. Takes the quick switch in with the CZ. Comes in from behind, finds the first, but then the trade comes through. And already, it's been explosive risk. I'm excited. I mean, I knew this game would be good, but I don't think I anticipated it being this damn good off the bat. Yeah, look at this from Rops.
The first one is as we would expect, but that spray control straight to the face. Very nice from Rops. And that's kind of what we expect, really, out of these new players. Coming in from the FPL scenario, having stellar aim and having the movement as well to be in pro teams, but they don't quite have the team knowledge yet, but Rops is slowly getting there, and I think, as I discussed on the desk, it's not going to be long before he's going to be the star player if he isn't already on Mouse. Of course, Oscar being one of the bigger names with that AWP. Right now, 6-1. We do have a 4 spy coming in from Gambit, so we do see 2 max 7s. Not a lot of utility. This is going to be a hard round for them to win. Currently, they're playing a pretty normal setup. 2 players on that B bomb side, 1 in drop. That's Hobbit with the UMP-45. And then 2 players situated towards long A. One of them in the mid room so he can spot and hear if the terrorists push up mid, as Stuko's doing right now. And that's Mo. You have him just on the other side of this wall. He hears it. gets ready for the Max 7, hits the first one, actually does damage and gets the kill, but will be revenged by Chris J. Very nice duo work there, coming in with the double frag, not really double frag, but the revenge frag straight after the first death. And that's why you go in duos like that. Oscar, of course, ready in the back as well, off screen right now. Robs opens up onto Adren, and that means it's only Fitch on that B bomb site right now. All alone. So if the rotate comes in, if Sonny can keep the remaining players towards A, making some noise, the rest of Mousesports, they can rotate towards B and fight it, but Hobby is already rotating. And that's a fake. Going back now. Mousesports deciding to go and hit that A bomb site. Doja is all alone in mid. Let's see if he can make it happen. The X squad. He's not going to give it to them. Chris J picks him up and is now on Hobbit and Fitch. Make that just Fitch, actually. 1v4 for him to clutch. And I think that's a bit too much. Fitch is a great player, but he's not going to be able to take this one home.
Yeah, he's just going to have to save. 1v4, not meant to be. Rops might be on merely 1 HP, but when you look over at the economy for Gambit, they've got nothing. And this is a pretty important round for Mouse as well. I mean, this is really the only clean-cut victory we've seen them have, right? Almost every single round has kind of come down to these one-on-ones, one-on-twos, and their money has been kept extremely modest for a team that's 6-1 up, about to go 7-1 up. So when you look at it, you know, Sticko, he's still only got $600. You're going to have to reinvest in the next, but everyone else, they're going to start to accrue some money. And that's going to be made that much better. The fact that Gambit won't be able to invest into this next round coming. The only thing they've got is that rifle up on Fitch. They could force buy up behind it, which I imagine we will see them do.
We do see the pulse coming in now. Of course, called by Gambit as one would expect, as Mousesports are leading 7-1. One thing that's interesting about this Cobble map is, with this new Mousesports lineup, of course, we know they haven't had a lot of practice. They have only had 2 official games on Cobblestone, so we don't have a lot to go from, really. They won one game and lost another here in the map, so it's kind of hard to predict how good they're going to be so far, but they're looking quite all right here against Gambit. It, of course, comes down to the star player in this scenario, being Robs, having a 12-6 scoreline already. 12 frags in 8 rounds. It's a nice setup for him. Chris J as well, the in-game leader, not usually the one on the top of the scoreboard, also on 8-3. So definitely a good setup for Mousesports as we are ready to jump back into the game here on Cobblestone. Round number 9 coming in. This is, of course, the best of 3 if you're just tuning into the ESG Tour. Mousesports versus Gambit. Winner goes to the semi-finals, to the playoffs here in Mykonos.
Yeah, there is a lot riding on this game already. We can see Mousesports are going to send 4 players over here towards B. Going to be leaving one behind down in middle in the form of Oscar. He is lying in wait, waiting to see if any aggression comes out. The rest of the Mouse gang, they've gone charging in through drop down into the waiting arms of Fitch, who's able to take the first. The trade will come through, and that's allowed Sonny to just start blistering into the back line. Chris J, oh, Robs, that was fast. Pivots around, drops out Hobbit. Oscar going to be able to drop Mo out on towards the A bomb site. It is just Adren left. 1v4, the Eagle in hand. But this man, I was going to say we can't count him out just yet, but I think it's safe to assume we can. Bullet lodged between the face. That'll be enough to get rid of him. 8-1 right now for Mouse, looking fantastic on their T side.
It's really interesting with Mousesports because the strategy they pull off right there is a very, very simple one. It's basically the old split A, but go through a connector, from drop into connector and then split A. In order to win that, you pretty much just have to be able to win duels and then have good timing on the peak towards drop zone and peak towards connector, and then the guy pushing up towards ramp. I think that was Oscar. And they just make it work off straight individual talent, and that's what they need to do on this T-side. That's why they're so good here in Cobblestone, because they can just rely on this individual skill. Robs, the man with the skill, comes in, sprays, doesn't hit it though. Hobbit answers back with the AWP back from Chicken. And here comes the flashbangs, here comes the push.
Yeah, Mouse are still dedicated into this one. It's Adren who's up in the smoke, finds that first. Sticko doing the best he can to pull this back. No even odds, but Adren just can't be silenced. Oscar left 1v4. Finds the first, Oscar.
They're trying to boost.
He's ready to make this round his own. They boosted up one on top of the tree. Oscar was ready, but Adren manages to trade. 12 HP, still picks up that frag. The timing there was perfect from Gambit to keep them in that round. Double AWPs now, Doja and Hobbit. And Mo, no, okay, let's throw one across, I was going to say. The change was a little bit delayed, which was terrifying.
But yeah, to be honest, like the way that they're playing that one, they know Oscar's in a very, very hard scenario, but still, Oscar with an AWP in a 1v4 is something you should never count out. That's why they're boosting one player on top. So if they peak at the same time, there's no way that Oscar's going to be able to win that duel, or both of those duels. So even though they lose one player, they'll always be 100% secure on getting that frag and winning the round. And that's, I think, the way that you should approach, let's say, a 4v1 or 3v1 or 2v1, if you have a very talented individual player on the other side of the board. Hobbit goes down to 22 though. Nice spray for the smoke from Rops. Wanted to connect it with a grenade as well, but didn't have time. And as she said, double up setup. But Hobbit's already taking damage.
Yeah, but little do they know it. Lurking over at long. That's going to be Mo. Finds the first. Sunny. Going to go down. Doja then going to drop out Rops. They've lost their star player early on, and he has been the star in this match at least. Now Mousesports down to Sticko, Oscar, and Chris J in this 3v5. 3 players for Gambit inside the A-bomb site, and Oscar, well, he's sneaking up long, has the AWP in hand. Curious to see what is the Mousesports plan. Mo looking down mid. Oscar has to try and step up now. Fitch is in the corner. He's going to wish him a swift good night. Sticko, that was beautiful. Does manage to make it a 1v4, but that will be it for him as Fitch comes in with the big trade.
Really nice shots this round. Coming in with Mo with the AWP to the wall. Yeah. Sticko with the 1 pixel shot onto the guy. That was nice. Good to see, because that's what we expect from these two teams. Gambit, of course, a lot of individual talent, of course, losing Zeus. We have players like Hobbit, we have players like Adren, and now Fitch coming in as well, Mo with the AWP. On the other side, we have Mousesports with this mixed international lineup, where we know that Sonny can always step up aim-wise. Robs has insane aim, and Oscar with the AWP as well. So we expect these kind of insane shots coming out of both teams, the highlight plays, as Mousesports are gearing up for a B push.
Yeah, they're just going to go rushing on in, straight into this one. No time for a breather, and already the shots missed from Doja. Hobbit going to step up with 2 of his own in the blink of an eye this round. All comes down to Rob. 17, possibly 18 now. I always forget whether or not he's had that birthday, but the point is, very young. Left in this 1v4. Gambit waiting down on platform 4 him. He has got the bomb in tow. They might have flashed down into drop. They know exactly where he is now. Doja's there, the ex-god. Versus Robson. Doja wins that one 9 times out of 10. There we go. It is going to be Gambit getting themselves a 4th. The resurgence being seen right now.
I like the idea there, though, for Mousesports. So what they're doing is that they're placing 2 players toward T-spawn to throw the smokes where you can have the kind of better angles. But they missed one of the smokes. And then it's just going to be 1 smoke. I think that was toward the CT or the connected doors. And the second smoke missed. And then it's just 3 players rushing into a bomb site that has either 2 or 3 players and only 1 smoke down, and that's a rough one, to be honest, because then they have to rely on the first frag, the entry that has to come in. If they miss the entry, the whole round just goes away. And that's a lot gambling on just 1 entry frag. So you have to get those smokes down. But I like the idea.
Sports, this round's going to be another fast one. They've only got pistols as it is, and Eco looking to open things up. It's going to be Sticko down at long. That nade finds so much damage. The artillery rains in. They're making it work. Mo's here alone. Oh, that nade doesn't actually find anything. Instead, it's Mo just to be snapping these guys up left and right. And a bid for Ops a swift goodnight as he's left in this one. 1v3, only a PT-50 in hand. Might be able to find some more damage. Oh, there we go. Rops isn't out of this one just yet. There we go. As you say it. Mo picks that one up. Better late than ever. 4K for him in that round. Double AWPs carried forward as well. Gambit going to be on to their 5th. Mousesports. I mean, I don't want to say we've seen them throw away a whole bunch of rounds before, but no, we have been in this situation.
Yeah, and also, if you look at the money situation right now for Mousesports, almost down to nothing, and that's because they've lost 4 rounds. They haven't even gotten the bomb down in any of them. It's just been clear elimination from Gambit, and that's very hard to play against. But 4 rounds in a row from Gambit, stepping up back into the game. They're now on 5. 8-5 is the scoreline now, as we have 2 rounds remaining in the first half. Full buy from both teams, double upset, as you said, on that CT side. Loads of kit, loads of utility. Terry side have everything they want as well. This is their last buy before being forced into a pistol or force buy. So let's see what they want to do. Mo, nice shot. Almost fully flashed. The timing is correct. Oscar goes down. And Rob's trying to bring it back for his team. It's going to be dueling against Hobbit, but decides to not go for it.
Mo's holding mid, spots to the leg of Sunny, but Sticko's there to trade. Now Fitch is able to go ahead and get that one. Force back from long, has support coming in from Adren. Sunny still pushing on up, has actually put himself in harm's way here as he has got players grouped up round him, going to be allowed to exit out through mid. Rejoin the rest of his entourage over here towards the B-bomb site as the 3 players primed and ready to go, but they're going to go ahead and send Adren aggressive here for Gambit out through middle. They lose Chris J. Sunny and Rops there, the 2 that are left make that just Sunny, 36 HP in a dream, knows the Hobbit's here on platform and Hobbit smites him down. That's Gambit now onto their 6th. And they've come back in a big way. That's 5 rounds consecutively for them.
And that's something you have to love about Hobbit. Him being able to be in this secondary AWP position where he can just take control along with this AWP and just win these duels. Because, of course, Mo is the primary AWP of this team, but Hobbit can also step up with this weapon. And we see that. Just taking out Rops. There he goes in, goes for the second, hits it. Pixel perfect from Hobbit, the young player from Kazakhstan. Just got married after the major win as well. Congratulations on that. And as we discussed further, the economy of Mousesports is not going to be stellar. They do have the force buy here, of course. It is the last round of the first half. But this means that they're going to be 1 player on the CZ 75, 1 player on the Mac 10. They're missing a lot of utility and Hobbit opening things up.
Chris J is able to get a return here with the CZ, but Hobbit, he's a force to be reckoned with. Still waiting over in Coop. Going to go ahead and smoke it off. Allows him to take the duels when he wants. Mo's in the back line, sneaking on through, but it's Fitch to hold the angle that could make a big difference instead. He gets nothing done. Man advantage going the way of Mouse and Doja. And Mo going to try and reclaim this site. It's rightfully theirs. They're doing damage, but Sunny steps up. Takes both at the end. A triple kill for him, the hat-trick. And that means Mousesports do manage to at least get that last round in the half. 9-6 is the scoreline. When you think about the fact that this was, what, an 8-1 scoreline at one point in time? That is very Mousesports of them.
Yeah. It's almost becoming a meme now. But then again, we have a Mousesports team that are new. They're not exactly sure if they go deep into the strat book, if they even have a strat book at this point. So it's not expectable, but you can kind of understand why it happens for them. They still need time as a team to kind of find out where they stand and how they deal with pressure situation like this and how they deal with situations where you go further than just calling the strat and then executing it. And that's something that comes with time with any team. Mousesports is no different. They have great individual qualities. The problem now is that, as Thorin said earlier today, Mousesports are good on the T side. Doesn't matter because you can do stuff on the fly. It's fine. When you come to the CT side, that's where it gets really tricky as a new team because there's so much stuff that you just have. You need time to learn. You need time to find out how you play different situations, and they haven't had that yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gambit took a couple of rounds in a row now here, especially if they win the pistol as well.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope they would. They're going to go pushing in towards B, out through drop as well.
Nice.
But Adren, he's already fallen. Now the push comes in, but it's very disjointed. It's going to start to get torn limb from limb. Mo tries to bite back, but instead, it's Chris J. Steps up in a big way, and now it is just Fitch. 1v4, Sunny coming in from behind. Good night, sweet. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, once again, like the individual qualities of Mousesports, sky high. Able to take that pistol round and forcing Gambit into a situation where it's pretty much $1,500 all over the line. And it's going to be pistols for them. So it's going to be a little while before we see the full force of Gambit on this T side come in. Mousesports, of course, running 2 FAMASs, 2 EMPs and an M4 with not much utility. Let's see where Gambit want to go in this one. Aggressive play from Oscar. Not shut down by Dosha. He's trying to hit that deagle shot, but no one's peeking. Not anymore, at least.
Hobbit's able to find the first. It's a good start here for Gambit. Rops. He's going to go down and look at this positioning from Hobbit. He's worked his way all up into the back. Oscar's hit the deck as well, and now sandwiched over here at long. It's going to be Sunny. They have to be careful. Gets caught unaware. Adren rushes into the back line, and now it is just Chris J and Sticko. 2 versus 5. Oh, Christian doesn't see that one coming. What's going on with Mouse right now?
Yeah, this is...
They're caught completely off guard from the aggression out from Gambit. And this round has gone their way in a landslide victory. They haven't lost anyone. They've gathered 4 weapons on the back of it. This has set Gambit up in a spectacular fashion heading into the next round. Sticko, he's going to be 1v5, just looking to try and stay alive. Trapped over on platform. Hobbit's there though. Hobbit's come hunting. As that famous player is just rushing all round as Sticko has rung the dinner bell. Trapped into the corner over here at long. Life expectancy looking to be about 1 second, and there we go. Gambit pick that round up. They lose 1 man, but still, I mean, they invested next to nothing into it. Now they've got plenty of money, can afford to fight in the next round regardless of what happens here. So Mousesports is not even that much of a victory if they win this round.
Yeah, technically they invested everything, but they just didn't have a lot. $1,500 invested from each player and still able to get the win. That's the wonder of pistols in CSGO. And if you can play around the close range areas and if you can play around your team and make it happen, you can peek 2 times in a row, you can get into the back of the enemy lines and time the pushes with your teammates or the other places on the map. So good stuff from Gambit. Mousesports now have to answer back. 5-7s and Desert Eagles, and Christie, of course, on his signature Scout. Armors with a couple of them. But Gambit as well, as you mentioned, picked up so many weapons. Gets an AK and Fitch as well. This should be around for the Gambit side, but then again, anything can happen in Counter-Strike, especially with pistols in play. But this one not looking so likely, as the CT players do not have a lot of armor on them.
Right now, Gambit, they're stacked up outside of A. Oscar's the first man down. Sonny's fully blind, but somehow he takes 3. He couldn't see anything, but he gets the job done. And sometimes that's all you need is the power from this Sun. He's left in a 1v2 effectively out on A, but Rob swings in to save the day, and now it is just 1 man left. Mo, 1v3. He's been able to get himself the bomb. And this round somehow has come crushing down for Gambit. Now Mo, sneaking up through long. Going to try and make his way in towards the A-bomb site, but it is going to be a tall order. Everyone on the other side has armor. They're looking fantastic. Robs gets spotted out. Oh, get away. It's not looking good. They hear the bullet connect, and suddenly they know where Mo is. Takes the peek on out, but he will fall prey to Sonny, who gets the 4K in that round. That was a spectacle.
Do not stare directly into the sun. It will hurt you. Man, that's the play right here. Fully flashed. The first one he sees, and then he just keeps spraying with the pistol and just gets triple. Very nice from Sonny, the young Finnish player, coming in after this transfer period into Mousesports. Makes it happen. 11 rounds now on the board for the mixed European side. As we move into round number 19, Gambit this time around forced into 4 rifles and a pistol. And they're just going back and forth right now, these 2 teams. Mousesports really showing us what you can do with individual quality on all 5 players.
Damage done here onto Sonny early. He's been tagged down at 34 HP. He was the hero in the previous round, but this time he's within inches of death. Doja's already sneaking up through Matrix, going to be trying to come in from behind. 3 players for Gambit wait over towards B with the bomb. You can already see. Actually going to start to rotate it background. Over here towards the A-bomb set on the back of Adren. Doja. He spotted Oscar over here on A. The rest of the guys for Gambit trying to secure control of drop down. From there they can split on towards the A-bomb site if they would like.
Sonny picks up one, but immediately traded off. Robson Oscar answer back. And this is a shutdown right now for the Mousesports side. Doji tries to get in, but Robs takes down Fitch straight afterwards. So that's a 3v1. Doja on a mission here to clutch it. Has 43 HP and 1 flashbang. And only 22 seconds to go. Trades out for an AK, but there's just no way that he's going to make this work. At least they should not allow him to get that planned. Let's see. Robs is close by, gets the first one. Rob goes down, and that's 1v2.
That's the A-bomb site secured as well. The bomb plant's going to be afforded to him now. Doja in the 1v2, going to try and take the duel with Chris J first as he has an inkling that someone's coming in from SWAT. Sticko's on the loop up through mid. They have now rendezvoused together. Should be able to double peek into this. Doja Starts to peek on out, makes it 2, goes in for 3, jumps down but runs out of ammo. Chris J just manages to pick that one up. Doja was so incredibly close to clutching that out. He just didn't have enough bullets left in the mag. And right now, Mouse's they're going to go 12-7, but that was incredibly close.
Hate to see it. Running out of bullets. What, 5 bullets away from a 1v3 clutch in the most insane way possible. Chris J, though, with a saving grace. Grabbing that one for Mousesports. As we go into round number 20, pistols for Gambit only. Pistols and armor, though, and we've seen this before for them. Very dangerous. Oscar going for an aggressive peek together with Sonny, and they just spray them down completely. Right into the meat grinder. Actually, Trent gets back. Pushes in, takes a second. Oh, almost gets it. Oscar's on 15 HP, and Mo is allowed to push all the way through long. But apart from economical damage at this point, I don't think they can do much more. Or he can do much more, and he will be shut down. Robs takes it. 13 rounds for Mousesports, and I don't know how you keep doing it, Harry.
Well, I mean, last time I predicted Mousesports to win, they got to 15 and then just threw it all away. So there's still time.
Yeah,
there's still time.
Anything can happen.
In fact, I mean, Gambit are doing better than SK were yesterday when Mouse threw it all away.
That is true.
Let's see. You know, it's still early days, but right now, got those odds up on screen. Gambit, they've invested in everything they can. Sani's pushed out mid and just offered himself up to Mo. Smoked off now by Oscar, who looks to try and take up this position. He's going to maintain this A presence all on his lonesome. That's thinking about rotating Sticko off, which now he's going to rejoin with Oscar over here on A. That leaves this B-bomb site, though, very, very understaffed, as Robs and Chris are going to be there. Chris has the AWP in hand, so can lock down the long angle over here, and Robs boosted up. That's the reason for the rotation to come off. Gets that early frag and now just fades away. Back into the 4-on-4 we go. Molotov burns a trend forward, but somehow he finds that frag. And now that's the man advantage back in favor of Gambit. Man up through long as well. And that's a lot of pressure on Sticko to try and hold down this A-bomb site. Chris J, the man who's gone aggressive, could have made all the difference, but instead he's helped Gambit out massively. The man found. Sticko now within the site, has to step up huge here, and Adren has just completely bypassed him. Into the site he goes. Sticko forced back, completely unaware that the knife goes into his back, and now it is just Robs. 1v3, goes for the head, damage done. Mo's gonna go down as well. And now, Robs is on 1 HP. 1 HP in a dream, as the saying goes. Sneaking on in, the man holding the angle here is gonna be Fitch. Of course, he lands that shot, and Gambit now gonna come back with their 8th round.
And Fitch is one of these players that has incredible reactionary aim. He's very quick on locking onto his opponent's head in a situation where he shouldn't really... He doesn't have the crosshair placement because he doesn't know where the opponent is before he sees him, but he's so quick to just get that headshot in. And that's always nice to see aim-heavy players coming in. And if they can be utilized in a team, of course, having a great mind like Adren leading it, then that's a dangerous setup for the next coming 6 months. A Gambit team with Fitch in it that it can just be sent out on a mission and just take people's sets off. Right now, looks like a B push coming in from Gambit. 4 players stacked towards, or 3 players stacked towards long, 1 towards drop. Doshi in mid to make some noise. 3 CT players ready on the other side of things. Max 7 on Robs in drop zone. Will not do anything. Oh, we'll get 1 actually, my bad.
Here's Sticko. He's alone within the site, but he's playing it around Fountain. He just has to buy time for the rotations to come in. He already has support from Oscar with the AWP, and that's a terrifying prospect alone. Oscar just going to hold the angle like a railgun here. Oh, fully misses, doesn't get it done. Sticko instead tries to step up to the mark. Now we're to keep the man advantage. Oscar's missing everything right now. Sonny, luckily enough, here's going to be the savior. They lose Oscar. And Adren left in the 1v2, makes it the 1v1. Adren steps up, takes them both. And Gambit, they're going to answer back with a 9th. Oscar missing everything there, leaves his teammates, hangs them out to dry, sorry. And Adren, he manages to clutch that one. Fantastic stuff. Honestly, Risk, I don't think we could have asked for a better game. We've already seen some of the most intense clutches we've had in this whole tournament thus far today.
And we still have Train and potentially
this is just map 1.
A trend like this 1v2 clutch is so on point.
The timing there was just off between the two. Sticko tries to peek on out.
That's the problem in this kind of situation. You have to be 100% on the timing, and that's what I think Mousesports aren't quite yet. They'll definitely get there. And when they get there, they won't make timing mistakes like this. Right now, it's a 5-man stack on that B bomb site for Mousesports. They know there's some weaknesses there. They decided to stack it. Adren comes in with the MAC-10, tries to do damage. Damage is done to Adren as well, so he's on 7 HP rotating back. And now Doja on the other side of the map is actually pushing and getting some information. Asshole is just plowing through them, but this should be done and dusted in a few seconds. But Chris J with the USPS takes the head off. And now it's 2v3. I know the weapons advantages, of course. Still USPSs, but a lucky angle here and there. A couple of mistakes from Gambit. Anything can happen. Stigo gets shut down though. And now it's all Chris J, who has picked up an AK-47. Let's see if he can catch Adren.
I mean, you hope he does, right? 7 HP with the knife out. You hope that Chris J wins that one, which he will.
And now saves his weapon, plus a Molotov. Casually sitting in the back of a van, chilling. But yeah, to be honest, like, this game so far has been absolutely insane, or this map. Do you see the score lines right now? Robson 26-18. Absolute beast mode coming out of the young Estonian. On the other side of things, a little bit more equal. But right now, you can definitely say the Mousesports are just counting on Robs to get stuff done, and he's definitely doing that. In the last couple of rounds, it has been all Gambit, but Mousesports still in the lead.
Yeah, it's weird that normally we don't see so much of an emphasis on Rops as the man to step up. Usually it is Oscar up there at the top.
Yeah.
You know, then we kind of have Sonny and Rops as these supporting characters. But instead, you know, it is just the Rops show right now. And I think if we see Sonny and Oscar step up, then that's when we see Mouse start to take that lead once again. But right now, on their CT side, it all coming down to Rops in a lot of these plays is leaving them to fall short. So now, Gambit just going to go charging it towards B. Very confident here. Nades don't find much damage. That one might. Sticko goes in and tosses one in for good measure. Pushing through Zadren, but Sticko wins the duel. And now he's onto an AK. Sonny cuts down one just in time. Doja going to go ahead and swiftly remove his face. Trying to keep this nice and equal. It's going to go into the 3-on-3. Gambit come charging in towards B. And Chris J here alone has to buy time. Right now looking like he's living on borrowed time. Rops has rotated on round, trying to help things out. Chris J is going to fall, and Rops is left in the 1v2. We've seen some phenomenal clutches today. We've seen Rops do a phenomenal clutch today. Let's see. Can he make it a second for the tally? Hobbit's pushed his way. That shot going to give away his position, and there we go. Fitch helps him out. As Gambit, they managed to take home an 11th round now, starting to close that gap.
Yeah, and as predicted, Mousesports are struggling a bit on this CT side. It's very hard for them to get stuff moving, and after the initial success of the first 4 out of 5 rounds, it's been Gambit's T side that's really been showing. And that's Gambit on the T side. When they get the money rolling, when they get the executes flowing, they get AKs and orbs out, it's very hard to stop them, and has been Mouse's problem so far. Right now they're on a pistol round, not expecting much. Not really going to get much apart from maybe some economical damage. Definitely not a round win. And yeah, it's hard. It seems very difficult for Mousesports to structure the CT side. And I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it does take time to get onto a level as, let's say, a Gambit on the CT side on Cobblestone. That's just not something you do overnight.
Oh, there's a Dread. Takes one. Just stood on the man's head and then finishes him off. Rops and Sonny actually doing some work. Sonny and Rops have somehow pulled it back. They were 2-on-2. Fitch misses that shot, and that could have been our deliverance from this madness, but instead we are plunged back in. Going to be going into this one for round 2. Fitch and Doja.
Let's see. They are rotating the big flank around, and that could be a huge deal.
Rops is still in the sight, though. He's going to hear that bomb go down. Doja finds the frag, and that's the one issue, having Sonny so far away. No opportunity to trade. Sonny now left in the 1v2. That 157 shot going to seal his fate, as he will just have to fade away and save. Gambit into a 12th. Lots of damage done, though, in a round that Mousesports didn't invest too much into. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like we're seeing a bit of a repeat of yesterday's game versus SK.
Yeah, and that's like the situation where they're in. They had 2 players close range with the pistols on the bomb side. They decide to go for the big flank, and I can kind of understand why, because you want to create a chance for yourself. But in that kind of scenario, yeah, Gambit are going to always be ready for whatever you throw at them. And doing that big flank just seems to be too high risk with the timing and leaving your sole player alone on the bomb site. We do see a timeout coming in now for Mousesports, so of course, lost a couple of rounds in a row now. We'll be talking things over, making sure that this spy round they have coming in now will bring them 14, because if they don't, if they lose this one as well, it's looking grim for them. It's going to be tied up 13-13, and Gambit are on a roll right now on their T side. There's no signs of stopping that train. Mousesports definitely and desperately needs this.
I'm not sure about that metaphor. I don't know if trains are famous for rolling. I think the Mousesports train is rolling. It's derailed, you know. It's not looking good. Meanwhile, Gambit, you know, theirs is firmly on track to where they want to be.
All trains are rolling.
I guess, like, yeah, no, yeah, they are. Like, you can use that as like the expression, you know. But I don't know. Oscar's got himself the AWP for Mouse. Mo gonna have one for Gambit, as you would expect. That Molotov holds them back over here at Long, and that's been a real issue for Mouse. They haven't been able to tame the beast down here at Long, and that's where it has been going oh so wrong. Fitch, I mean, he's still been allowed this presence. There you go, the Molotov comes in, they re-smoke it off. But the wall of smokes from Gambit, this is where we could see things turn nasty. The defense from Mouse has to be stellar. While Chris J finds the first, Fitch able to get one back in return, but then they're fully blind, and Chris J, he's the pivotal player right now, gonna fall to Mo. While Rops buying time within the site. Goes ahead and mops up both the players on platform. Hobbit left 1v3. And this is a tall order for any man. Bomb drop down on platform. He's allowed to sneak in from behind if he'd like. As they do hand over control of drop. Gonna go ahead and start to rotate round. Holds the angle. You can see Sonny's wary. His crosshair was just over him there. Instead waiting to see if anyone's over by platform up on the tree. On top of this up, Sonny's sixth sense is tingling. Hobbit spots the man, damage done, but Sonny finds the frag, and that's Mousesports to finally pick up another round. They only need one more to take this to map point.
Really nice. Coming in with a timeout, making sure that they knew exactly what was going on. And make it happen, bringing them on 14. And Gambit in a bit of a situation now where they have the money to go for the force buy. They could either take an eco here and play for overtime, or they can go for the force buy and play for 16-14. And they've decided to go for the latter of those two and go balls to the wall. Go for the force buy. Hobbit on the C-set 75. Two Galil's not a lot of utility. Adren and Dosia will be the main fraggers for this one, both equipped with AK-47s. And I expect to see a patient round here coming in from Gambit. Probably won't see an execute until the last 30 seconds. Gonna try and use the utility they have to get the execute rolling, and it's up to Mousesports to stop them when that happens. Hobbit's already taking drop control, which is really nice. Get that C-set 75 in. If he goes down, that's not the biggest loss because he's not with an actual rifle. But right now he's getting so much information, having this map control.
Has just been afforded to him, and from here, as you say, I mean, he gets a lot of information, but not only that, he keeps the pressure on. They can't rotate anyone off now. Rops just has to maintain this angle down in connector. The rest of Gambit stacking up outside of A. They're poised perfectly to overrun this site. They throw out that one solitary smoke and flash. Hobbit actually fakes the window jump there to keep Rops' attention fixated. It also means Oscar now falls back, so Sonny's here alone. He's able to take one. And promptly falls, drops dispatches of Hobbit. That's the one man in the back dealt with, but now they have to worry about the enemy that's at their front. That front, of course, being the A-bomb site. Bomb plant comes in for Gambit. That's money into the next round, but now they want to try and pick up the win. Reset the economy of Mouse if they can. Sticker coming in from behind, has to be careful. Adren is here, locked and loaded, waiting down in mid. They're going to lose Fitch within the site, leaving a lot of pressure now. On Mo and Adren, down goes Adren. Mo left in this one. 1v3, does manage to pick up the first. Still got more left to do. They know exactly where he is. Waits beneath balcony, peeks out, makes it two, but then luckily enough, Oscar delivers us from the madness. Defuse comes in, let the man with a kick grab that one. And that will be Mousesports on to map point, 15-12. Now one round away from winning this out. No money left for Gambit as well.
Yeah, they is really good there because what they're doing is basically setting up to say, okay, we're doing an A split. They can smoke down the connected door from, of course, long with the smoke we just saw, and then they're just pushing onto the bomb side and taking normal door. What the CTs are expected not to know is that Hobbit has dropped into drop zone and then taken the control, being in the lurk position with the CZ-75. But Mousesports knew exactly what was going on. They called the information. They have drop zone control. Be wary of it when you rotate. They do exactly that. And that just kind of takes Hobbit out of that entire equation. And that just cancels the whole thing out. Alright, Pulse coming in. And it seems like we have a bit of a power outage here. And they unplug power cables is what we're getting told from the chat. So we'll have a short bit of a break here. Of course, we're still talking about the game here, Harry, so shouldn't be too long. What do you think of it so far, Mousesports? 15 to 12, chance of taking it 16 to 12 as well. That's a bit of an upset in my mind.
I don't. Yeah, I think they could, but
yeah, as we still wait here, look at the beautiful sceneries. People
everyone's still in the pool.
It's night time, but no one cares.
It's probably